Right, so Arsenal 3, Southampton 0. I'm just happy to be doing this after a win, and not just a win. Let me say, this win is our biggest margin of victory all season in the Premier League. So, 3-0 isn't exactly what I was going to say in the memory for years and years, but it means something to me, man. We created chances, and I think more than anything, the reaction against Southampton today was necessary after Everton and United, but especially Everton. Today, one bit of criticism that I levied against Lacazette in the last game against Everton was that this is almost your audition. We wanted Aubameyang to be dropped, and obviously I'll come on to Aubameyang afterwards because we need to speak about him today. But the fact of the matter is, I said against Everton, Lacazette, this is your opportunity to show Arteta you deserve to be in this team ahead of Aubameyang week in, week out. And he did not play well enough against Everton. This game, though, on the other hand, I thought Lacazette was absolutely brilliant. He not only did all of the stuff that he does around the pitch, dropping deep, winning the ball, doing all of that stuff, he also got his goal. He was there and he was on the end of chances. He didn't put every single chance that he got away, but he got on the score sheet and he was a threat. He was a goal threat. I asked a question against Everton about Lacazette, what was his highlight? And, a lot of people in the comments who were saying highlight was getting subbed off, or his highlight was just his part in the build-up to a goal and that sort of thing. The highlight I want from a striker, your number 9, the guy leading the line, is, being on the end of chances, getting a goal. And he did that today. Not only that, as I said, he did all the other stuff that Lacazette usually does that a lot of people want him to be in the team for, because Lacazette doesn't do that. And the point I always make is that, but he doesn't do what Lacazette does in terms of scoring goals, getting on chances. He did that today. One other thing that I noticed, late in the second half, I think maybe 75th minute plus, the ball goes out, we have a throw on, I can't remember who it was, maybe Kieran Tierney picked the ball up to move that ball quickly. Arteta's right there in front of Kieran Tierney, and even Arteta's not saying anything. But as Kieran Tierney is about to throw that ball in, Lacazette in the middle of the pitch, everyone in the stand behind Arteta could even hear Lacazette. He was that vocal, that loud, that much of a leader. He kept on shouting, calm, 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 gesturing, shouting. I liked that about Lacazette today. Maybe it was a goal that gave him sort of a bit more volume or something, but I really felt like he played like a leader. Also, it could be that he knows now that Aubameyang, obviously for disciplinary reasons, he wasn't there today. And also, take care, bro. And also, I'm gonna walk out because I think they want us to leave. Yeah, listen. And also, the thing is with Lacazette, he knows that this could be the start of a run in the team for him now. When Arteta was asked before the game in his interview about Aubameyang today, whether this is a one game or a longer suspension, he said this is the start of that suspension. So all that means is that it's going to be a minimum one game. Now look, let's talk about Aubameyang. I do not appreciate Mikel Arteta publicly doing this to his players. I don't think it's the right thing to do. Players are almost like, they're quite soft at times when it comes to their manager. With their manager, they want protection. They want to feel like that manager is going to have their back. I don't know what Mikel Arteta is playing at with this, because, and I'm not trying to blame Arteta, this is Aubameyang's fault, don't get me wrong, because Aubameyang not only is in awful form, he's also, lacking discipline. But as I said, we'll talk about Aubameyang a bit later on. First, I'm going to focus on Arteta and his man management style. With Arteta, it's not like this is the first time this has happened. This happened last season, Tottenham at home. So North London derby, huge game. Aubameyang, your captain, and he was dropped for a disciplinary issue. It clearly hasn't worked. If Aubameyang is doing this again, it clearly hasn't worked. It might not sound fair, but you cannot treat all players the same. Not all players respond in exactly the same way. And Aubameyang clearly hasn't responded. I've said, people that watch me kind of weekly on the Arsenal Lounge every Monday, you would have heard me say that since that day after that Tottenham game where he got dropped and publicly criticised by his manager, Aubameyang hasn't been the same. And I felt like it affected their relationship. I feel like it changed their relationship. Now today, Arteta's done exactly the same thing. So I've got to ask the question, if it didn't work then, why is it going to work now? This, in a way, could have been an opportunity for Arteta to say to Aubameyang, you've done something again, but this time, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to say, do you know what? I'm gonna put it on you to give me a reaction and make up for this behind the scenes. The next performance, the rest of the season, that sort of thing, I want to see more from you and see if he reacts differently. The fact that Arteta's done this again makes me question his man management yet again. But I've started on Arteta, and I know a lot of you are going to be watching this potentially a bit frustrated, because here I am talking about Arteta's man management when Arteta hasn't done anything wrong in terms of professionalism. This is the management style. Arteta's chosen a management style that I don't agree with. It's Aubameyang that's done something wrong in terms of professionalism. And do you know what? I am really, really fed up. When you are banging in goals left, right and centre, you're on top of the world, maybe then you can turn around and say, well, look, what can you say? If this is Mohamed Salah, I'd be saying, well, look, he's doing his talking on the pitch. But when you're not doing your talking on the pitch, how dare you not even have the discipline, the basics, just the discipline, the respect for the shirt, the respect for your teammates, the respect for your manager. I think it's awful. Now that Mikel Arteta has gone public, if you're going to go public, you go 100%, you deal with it fully. And if I was Arteta, I would now take the captaincy away from Aubameyang, because it's the second time. And look at the spell that we're in, coming off the back of 2 defeats against United, against Everton. Against United, he dropped a stinker. And against Everton, he was obviously dropped, came on, opportunity, last kick of the game, fluffed his lines. So as far as I'm concerned, this should be Aubameyang. He should be doing everything he can to turn around his fortunes, and clearly he's not. Now, there's rumours because I think yesterday on Instagram there was like a tattoo artist where he had Aubameyang in his studio. Now, I'm not going to say as if I know for sure, because clearly that could have been a week ago and he's only uploaded it now. But if Aubameyang was out getting a tattoo yesterday, maybe that's why he's been dropped, because that's obviously stupid as hell. I just hope it wasn't that, but who knows whether we'll get more details on why that's happened. So I'm very frustrated. What I want to know from you guys in the comments below, where do you stand with Aubameyang now? Are you done with Aubameyang? Does this change your mind about Aubameyang now? That's the second time. Do you agree with me in terms of stripping the captaincy away from him? If this is how he's going to act, especially when Arsenal are in a tough spot, when he's in poor form, I don't see him as a captain, so we should remove the captaincy. Let me know in the comments if you agree. And now on to more positive things. Glad we've won. We've got a good run of fixtures in December. It's very important that we go and climb back up that table. We're not too far off the Champions League spots all of a sudden again. And unless we go and put another decent run together, we cannot afford to be inconsistent. We're not going to be the best. We need to be the best of the rest. So let's make sure December's a good month and our kind fixtures put us in a good position to go and do that. Also, Martinelli today, brilliant. Tomiyasu today, brilliant. Gabriel, second half especially, brilliant. Ramsdale, again, everything he was called on to do, brilliant. I know a lot of people are going to be saying, Southampton, emergency signing of a 40-year-old goalkeeper. I do not care about any of that. We can only do what we can do against the team in front of us, and we did that today. And times like this, when we're searching for positivity and it's a bit of a difficult spell for Arsenal, I'm not going to find unnecessary criticism for a team when, as fans, all we want to do is come and see our team win and play well in the 90 minutes. We started off choppy, yes, I know that, but ultimately a 3-0 win, so I'm going to take the positives out of today. Let me know your man of the match. Let me know what you do about the Aubameyang issue, and I'll see you for a 5 at 5 tomorrow. And look, let's hope we go on a decent run. Take care.